Welcome to the Saturday football review for round one of the 2024 NRL season. What a disappointing Super Saturday. Uh, Two blowouts. I was hoping for a much better game, but we got two blowouts here. Parramatta Eels over the Dogs, 26 points to 8. And the Dragons absolutely smashing the Titans, 28 points to 4. Up there on the Gold Coast. I am joined by content creator Cody's Footy World. Wow, Cody, what'd you make of that?
Absolutely awful. Not really we're seeing close games this week, but my goodness, today was two blowouts, especially the Titans Dragons. Knew it would be not a good game anyway, but the way they were both playing, which we'll get into shortly, I didn't expect it to be like that.
A couple of blowouts. I mean, the Eels game didn't really surprise me. Um, I did tip the Titans to win, but when Kieran Foran was ruled out with a hamstring, I was like, they could be in trouble here. But man, they were in trouble. They were garbage, the Titans. I know Foran was out. I know Fafita was out. I understand it. No Jaden Campbell's. I get it. But they got to be better. That was really poor from the Titans. Definitely disappointing from them. They got to be better than that.
Yeah, especially that was the first game under Des Hasler, and for what they did not do a good job. And I'll say good, not good was
Yeah,
just an understatement.
they didn't show a lot, did they? They did not show a lot at all. Um, Hello to the live chat as well. I want to thank everyone for tuning in. We have got Jim the Chooks fan. We got Josh Rabidos. We got Rishi, Daniel Bate, Jason Rader. Um, we got William Pearson. We've got Will Bosky. Everyone that's here. I hope you guys are all doing really well. Welcome to the review. Saturday night football review, whatever you want to call it. I'm just look, the Eels and Bulldogs game, Cody. I'm not surprised by Parramatta. I thought they were great today.
Yeah, I mean, I knew it would be 13 plus for Eels, but apparently they had their venue sold out, so I would have expected a better quality game between the two, but it wasn't the way it was meant to be. And what the Bulldogs have signed with all these players and that seems like they're going to repeat of last year.
Look, I think the Bulldogs are going to take time to build combinations. I still think Toby Sexton should be the halfback. Hutchison,
Was
I
horrible.
can't take to him. I can't take to it. It's I'm not sure how long they're going to experiment Drew Hutchison at halfback, but they don't look like scoring any tries when he's at halfback. They really don't. So they got to work out who the best halfback at the Bulldogs is, and I think it's Toby Sexton, but I guess we'll see how that goes. Let's get into the Eels Bulldogs game, shall we? Eels 26, Bulldogs 8, in front of a sold out CommBank Stadium, 30,000 fans there. Quite a few Bulldogs fans, but obviously majority were Parramatta. Couple of things for the Bulldogs. Obviously, they got Noah Tackle Hutchison at halfback. They're very light on middle front rowers. Parramatta just punched through them pretty much all game. And their edges were dangerous. Offloads. The offload game is what won the Eels the game for mine. Their offloads through the middle were phenomenal. There was this try that Bryce Cartwright scored off a unbelievable Ryan Madison offload / flick. That was outstanding. So, I don't know, man. Bulldogs, it seems like we're going to be saying the same thing. They got no middle front rowers, and Hutchison's not a great halfback.
Yes, they need at least two more prop forwards that they really need at the Dogs, and they
Well,
don't
they
get
just
any.
picked up
Oh,
Luca Fafita, but he won't be available to round 17. And they did pick up a veteran front row with experience in Zane Tedavano. But with all due respect to those two, they're not the sort of props you need. You need quality props. Tedavano was quality, but Tedavano was quality 4 or 5 years ago. He's not the player he was 4 or 5 years ago now. They need to go shopping, bro. They need to go try and get back David Klemmer. They need to be targeting Joseph Tarpany. They need to be targeting big name front rowers, man. Like, what they got right now is not good. And I'm not surprised Parramatta went straight through the middle and destroyed them. I'm not surprised. You're wondering why the Bulldogs had less possession. Parramatta's full pack was so dominant. Canterbury, that they couldn't match them. They couldn't match them.
No.
Couldn't match them, bro. And yes, full Para NRL games, I am well aware of that, but that's my point. Tenavano is not the player that he was 5 or 6 years ago. He is definitely not the player he was. So him going to the Bulldogs to try and save their front row, it ain't going to happen. I obviously wish Tenavano all the best and good luck. I hope he kills it, but we can't look past the fact that he's not the player he was 5 years ago. He's not going to be able to save them. Bro, like, Cody, I don't know what you thought of the Bulldogs bench rotation, but it's clear that Samuel Hughes is still developing. Josh Curran, Aiden front rower. Kickout. He just isn't the same player, wasn't Penrith? We know that. Preston was very quiet. Salmon was dreadful. I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe they got to tweak the forward pack and just work out the best rotation. Like, I know it's round one, first game, and I understand we can overreact a little bit, but fuck me. We saw this in the trials, and this was the same tonight, bro. There's no points in the Bulldogs. There's no points. Ado Carr got injured tonight, so their points, it's going to be even harder for them to score points. Horrible performance from the Canterbury. But Parramatta, well done. Well done to Parramatta. Bryce Cartwright, Cody. Let's talk about Bryce Cartwright. What a fucking performance from him.
Yes, well, not often we see back row go over for a try, but to get 2 tries for a back row, very impressive, especially for round one. Very, very rare we see that these days.
I thought Bryce Cartwright was absolutely phenomenal. Probably the best player on the field, in my opinion. I thought Regan Campbell-Gillard was phenomenal. Thought Junior Paulo coming off the bench, actually, which was a tactical move from Brad Arthur. Wasn't a bad decision. Paulo came on with huge impact. Hopgood was solid. I thought off the bench, Ryan Madison was outstanding. Thought Ryan Madison was great. What about Joey Lussick? The Eels have been debating, obviously, Brad Arthur's been debating with his coaching staff, and who's going to be the number 9 for the Eels? Is it going to be Joey Lussick? Is it going to be Brendan Hands? Lussick played, I believe, the full 80. I could be wrong. I'm just going to double check. And Joey Lussick played 63 minutes. Lussick was outstanding. Kicked the 40-20. Was involved with, I think, one of Cartwright's tries. He was phenomenal, bro. What'd you make of Joey Lussick?
Yeah, he was quite well tonight. 40-20 was good. But in regarding to who they should keep for their hooker, they should keep Lussick there, and I think Brendan Hands might need to take a step down from first grade for a while and get more development.
Well, he did come on and play about 14 minutes, Brendan Hands. So I guess it comes down. I guess it's going to come down to whoever's playing better footy is going to get the hooker position. And Joey Lussick's no slouch, man. Like, he's been in the Super League. He's been in a few NRL clubs. I thought he was very good today for the Eels. I thought on debut, I thought Morgan Harper had a great game. He looked good, Morgan Harper. That try he scored was a little bit dodgy. It looked like he dropped the ball, but I think there was enough pressure on it. So I'm okay with the try. Simonson on the wing was very good. Penasini had some good touches. Russell was good. Gufferson at fullback, bro, very, very strong. Brown looked dangerous. What'd you make of the Mitchell Moses groin injury?
Yeah, looked like it did affected him, which
Sure
that
did.
was sure did hurt. I mean, and it took him away from kicking with the um, with the conversions. But hopefully he is okay. It seems like he got it off like once halftime Brett was there. But I think he should be okay to play next week.
I'm just going to say something here, and I might be a little bit too critical of this. The fact that Brad Arthur even left Mitchell Moses out there, I thought was ridiculous. I know NRL players can be very stubborn, man, and they don't want to come off when they're a little bit injured, but you do not risk a fucking groin injury. Moses was clearly in pain. He had a couple of injections at halftime. I saw him on the field. He had had some Panadol or whatever to, get on with it. But when the Eels were leading 20-0, that's when I should have took him off. I'm okay with him playing the second half, but when they were leading 20 points to 0, the game was wrapped up. They should have taken him off. I can't believe he played the full 80. That was crazy, bro. Thought that was crazy.
I mean, credit to where it's due. But yeah, probably should have gone off. Don't want to risk any more pain, especially to the groin area. It's a really nasty injury.
I just think sometimes you gotta tell your halfback, you gotta tell the player if they're injured. If they're injured, look, you may be fine, but we're not risking you. You don't risk Mitchell Moses. So anyway, good on him. I suppose he got through it, but you're putting him at risk. You're putting him at risk. I would not be surprised if he was ruled out next week against Penrith. Wouldn't shock me.
Yep. It's a big
Hopefully
game
he's all
next week
good.
against Penrith for Farah.
Yeah, that's a big game. Looking forward to that.
What day is it now?
Friday night
That's
footy.
right.
Main event, 8:00. Blockbuster game that'll be. Who's your player of the game from the Eels and Bulldogs, Cody? Who would you say was the best player on the ground?
Oh, no doubt. It has to go to Bryce Cartwright with him scoring those
Definitely.
two great tries. He was definitely the best player on the field and for Eels tonight. So he's my player of the match.
Yeah, I'm with you. Bryce Cartwright is my player of the game as well. For Paranarold Games is just asking a quick question here. Full-time kick-out's charge down on Brown's leg. Yeah, it looked a bit ugly, didn't it? Wasn't the greatest thing in the world. He did get penalised for it, so a little bit dumb from Kickout, but I think Kickout had more. I think Kickout was injured more than Dylan Brown was, so yeah, a little bit silly there, but nothing too serious. But yeah, Cartwright.
It looked like Brown was not in pain.
Dylan Brown looked fine, didn't he? So
yeah,
all right, moving on to the other game, and well, fuck me, I did not see this scoreline coming. Dragons 28, Titans 4. Man, look. I get it. No Jaden Campbell, no Foreign, no Fafita. I get it. They had a few outs. But what the fuck was that from the Titans, man? Like, Kinney at fullback he barely did anything. Weaver came in for Foreign and was absolutely shocking most of the game. And yeah, I've got no words for the Titans, bro. That was so disappointing. Brian Kelly's 100th game as well. Isaac Liu's 250th game. They were shocking, bro. The Titans, they were destroyed. The Dragons are going to get a massive rap from me in a minute, but Cody, how disappointing were the Titans?
I would say disappointing is not the right word. They were so disgraceful tonight's performance. I know, yes, you got the injuries with Fafita, Foreign and Campbell and other players, but wow, that was just horrible. I think they were even worse than Penrith last night, to be honest. Even though
They were worse than Newcastle. They
Well, I'm
were.
not
They were
not
fucking
surprised
worse.
about that. But fuck.
Now, I just want to say quickly, don't get too carried away with the Dragons. Obviously, they do have a history of starting the years off well. You go back
Yes.
to, 2018, 2019, whatever, 2020. They have started seasons well in the past, so don't want to get too confident with them. Obviously, they have been memed as the May premiers, whatever they get called. So don't get too excited, but they were impressive and they do deserve a rap. Let me just say, Tyrell Sloan, who I am a big fan of, he was very good. 3 tries. Sloan was the best player on the ground by a mile. Phenomenal performance.
Yes. Sloan, even though if you remember back at Cherry Shield weeks ago, I really went off at him because he wasn't playing the best in the trial game and all. But yeah, that made a completely turn 180 for him, or for me
Yeah.
rather.
Yeah. Nah, bro, definitely. I'm that disgusted with the Titans. I don't even want to really talk about them, bro. Like, where do I begin? Let's have a look at, Des Hasler as well. Everyone said he was going to be the fucking savior. Des was nothing Des could do tonight. Jack Bird at center was very good, man. He did a great job on Brian Kelly. I won't deny that. Brimson, look, I'm not the biggest Brimson fan, but he was okay at center. It wasn't too bad. Boyd and Weaver just, oh god. Fodawaker and Tino didn't play enough minutes. Tino was good in the first half, but was on the bench for too long, bro. Should have came on a lot earlier than what he did. Who else? I thought Palacia was really disappointing for his debut at the Titans. I thought Fermor was kept quiet. Sami wasn't too bad on the wing, but Dragons just too good, bro. Dragons just too good. We'll just go for them quickly, bro, because there's not much to really say on this game. It was really disappointing. I thought Lomax on the wing was terrific. Sully at center, bro. What'd you make of Sully in the centers?
Yeah, I reckon he did outstanding in tonight's job, and he was in one of the parts where he got Sloan a try. Outstanding for him tonight.
Yeah, no, 100%. Kyle Flanagan at 5'8" did pretty well. Hunt was great. Jacob Little was fucking terrific as well. The back row, bro. Jaden Sewer and Fatala Mariner were very, very good. DeBellin just made a bunch of tackles in the middle, did pretty well. Michael Mollo. I thought Murdoch Basila come on and looked all right as well. But overall, very good from the Dragons. Not much to really say on this game. Lomax on the wing looked pretty good. But my player of the game is Tyrell Sloan. What about yourself?
Same. I mean, can't really get anyone else really. I mean, Sloan scoring a hat trick, and I believe that was his first ever career hat trick as well. Congrats to Sloan for his first career hat trick.
Yeah, what under the Dragons? Way too good for the Titans. 28-4. Titans, I think this is going to be good for them, actually, getting flogged like this. You know why? Because now the Titans have got the bye next week, and then they play the Bulldogs down at Belmore. So
Jeez.
I think them getting flogged tonight is going to give them a reality check. Foreign should be back for the next game, and they get 2 weeks to prepare for the Bulldogs down in Sydney. So it actually might be good for the Titans, but Dragons too good. Dragons well deserved win.
Yep. Now Dragons do play Dolphins next week, so we don't want to get too
Up at
overconfident yet.
Redcliffe. That's at KO Stadium at Redcliffe. That'll be a good game.
It will be, depending on how Dolphins will go against your boys tomorrow.
Well, I'm going to be there tomorrow, so we're going to kick their ass, but we'll see. See what happens. All right, Cody. That will wrap up the review, my friend. Thank you very much for coming on.
Yep, no worries, Nick. I mean, disappointing with tonight's games, but overall, great review as always, and good luck to you Cowboys, and good luck at Suncorp tomorrow.
Thank you very much, my friend. Thank you all to everyone that tuned into the review. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday night, and we will see you guys in the next one. Until then, take care, everyone. See you later.